Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real STIHL. Find yours.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Give me that $5 meal deal with a Rally burger. Better yet, make it a mushroom Swiss burger, plus famous seasoned fries, 8-piece chicken bites, and a drink for just $5. Yeah, all that. On second thought, why not go big? Give me double the shrooms. I want a fried mushroom Buford. Mush boom. Mushroom Swiss burger or fried mushroom Buford. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's.
I'm Scott, and this is Tamber Woods of Dogwood Home Furnishings right here in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to thank our customers and our designers for your support over these years. We're here to announce that we're having a retirement sale, so come to Dogwood at 1591 Winchester Road and take advantage of these great discounts on American-made furniture. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck's Bow Tie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer.
Coming up on Good Morning Kentucky, lawmakers in Frankfort taking aim at fixing the state's ongoing teacher shortage.
Well, a handful of central Kentuckians still without power this morning following last week's deadly storms.
Some light rain with some snow showers mixing in out there on a winter-like Monday. Details coming up in your full forecast.
Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon starts now.
6:01. Good morning, Kentucky. I'm Lee Cruz.
And I'm Haley Harmon. Thanks so much for waking up with us today. Happy Monday. It is Monday, March 13th. And yes, that time change. Whoo, it's hitting a little hard this morning.
It's rough.
You never think it's going to be that big of a deal, but every year you're like, oh, yes, it is.
Because
One
in the
full hour.
multiverse, it's 5 o'clock someplace.
In the multiverse, it's
everything, everywhere, all at once. It's 5 o'clock.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But it's 6 o'clock, friends. So good morning to you, and thanks for choosing us to help get your day started. So let's do exactly that. Want to start with the forecast?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Day, who did not win an Oscar last night, had to come into work. Here he is, standing by.
I'm so sorry.
I know. It was a nice run we had. Thought we had the chance.
Anyway.
Yes, but also with this time change, something, a lot of people like having longer days, in terms of daylight lasting longer into
I like
the evening.
that.
But the sunrise is so late, so for people
That's
that
true.
get up early in the morning,
you're
not seeing that sun until later in the morning.
He's right.
We're actually starting to see the sunrise during this
Let the
hour
man
of the
preach.
show.
Oh.
Last week we were seeing the sunrise, 6:30.
I know.
Yes.
But not anymore.
No.
Wait till summertime for that.
That's a sacrifice.
It is
Would
a
you
sacrifice.
be quiet? Let him talk.
Here's a look at your Richmond on our blue gas space care sky. You're starting to see a little bit of a drop in the visibility there, maybe seeing some of that light drizzle, rain, snow mix moving into the region. Max HG radar and satellite is showing that out there. That potential is there. Showing rain right now, but there's likely some flurries mixing in. After this forecast, I'll step outside real quick and give you an update of what we're seeing here in Lexington. But those temperatures, they are cold and likely as warm as you'll get all day long. A front's getting ready to push through the region. We'll drop into the mid-30s, low 30s even for some areas for your midday, and then we'll return to the upper 30s like we're seeing right now. With a little bit of a westerly wind, it is feeling colder. It feels like 31 in Richmond, 34 in Frankfort, 37 Moorhead, and feels like 34 in the London-Corbin area. Next 36 hours look like this. Again, as we said, mid-30s for your midday, only reaching the mid to upper 30s by the time your afternoon hours roll around. Back to the mid-20s tonight. Cold start to the week. We have another system moving in late Thursday into Friday as well. Details in that full forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you. 6:03, we begin now with developing news up in Campbell County, where authorities say human remains were found yesterday on the campus of Northern Kentucky University.
Here's what we know. The NKU Police Department says they got a call just before 12:30 yesterday afternoon from a bystander on campus who told them they were walking behind the stadium when they saw decomposed human remains in a wooded area. After the coroner was called to the scene, officials released a statement saying the situation does not pose a danger to anyone on campus and they do not believe foul play was involved.
There have been no identifying details released yet on the body. However, Highland Heights Police, the NKU Police Department, and Campbell County Special Incident Response Team say they are still investigating. Well, it's been more than a week since storms swept through the state, knocking out power in thousands of homes. And in Clark County, some residents still waiting for the power to be restored.
This is in Winchester. Tenants of one apartment complex there say a tree fell on the electric lines during the storms and knocked out power. Some say they've had to stay inside their apartments in the cold and dark because they have nowhere else to go. Others have been able to find temporary shelter. But it doesn't stop there. They say soon they could be homeless.
Tenants that live at College Park Apartments say they received a 14-day notice to vacate on their doors Friday. Now they're asking for help.
You're laying in a bed and you're seeing your own breath. You know, you might as well be outside laying on this concrete.
Yeah, we're tenants, but we're people. Just because we have to rent or choose to rent doesn't mean they can treat us like trash.
ABC 36 did reach out to the College Park Apartments attorney, but they have not responded as of this hour.
Legislation in the General Assembly, which takes aim at drag shows, is headed toward the House for consideration. Senate Bill 115 passed the Senate late last week. Opponents argue it's one of a few bills that make up a slate of hate against the LGBTQ community. But sponsors maintain the bill was created to protect children from what they call sexually explicit performances.
Again, the intent of this legislation is to restrict these types of adult performances to adults.
Several other states, including Idaho, Montana, and Oklahoma, currently considering similar bills.
It is 6:06. Another bill expected to be taken up by lawmakers in Frankfort this week, as we've been telling you, would legalize sports gambling in the state of Kentucky. Sponsor Michael Merritt at the GOP rep from Oakland says House Bill 551 would legalize, regulate, and tax sports betting in Kentucky, allowing horse race tracks and the Kentucky Speedway to be licensed as sports betting facilities. It would also allow bets on licensed websites and phone apps. The bill would enact an excise tax of nearly 10% on the adjusted gross revenue of sports wagers placed at tracks and more than 14% on online wagers. After passing out of a House committee last week, the bill is expected to hit the full House later today.
A bill aimed to combat the Commonwealth's teacher shortage is currently awaiting committee assignment in the Senate.
Our Annie Brown is live this morning in Frankfort, where lawmakers are ready to pick things back up later today. Annie, good morning.
Yeah, Lee and Haley, good morning. House Bill 319 would require school districts to conduct exit surveys for teachers who want to leave the profession, and for a state entity to help find other ways to attract more teachers to the profession, as well as find any barriers to teacher certification. According to the Courier-Journal, the bill would also help launch a statewide job posting system and would allow instructional aides to cover classes in place of a certified teacher, a temporary change made during the pandemic. The Associated Press reports the bill won bipartisan support in the House and was touted as a way to attract more teachers and educators into classrooms. However, some argue the bill won't fix the problems, with Governor Beshear still pushing for the priority to be pay raises for teachers.
Look at how many teachers from a year ago left the profession before this year, and they are making predictions that that's going to increase for next year. This is a very significant concern, and I appreciate the bill going through and trying to do something, but listen, we are not going to make strides and advancements until we raise teacher pay.
Other lawmakers have also commented that while the bill was a good first step, it should feature more robust proposals to overcome that statewide teacher shortage. The bill passed the House and is now waiting for a committee assignment in the Senate. Live in Frankfort, Annie Brown, ABC 36 on your side.
Annie, thank you. 6:08 this morning. Let's head to Louisville today, where a police firearm instructor is now on administrative leave this morning after accidentally shooting a recruit during a training exercise.
The Louisville Police Department said it happened on Friday. It appeared to be accidental, but that it was, quote, serious training failure and is swiftly being addressed, end quote. According to the department, the recruit was wearing a bulletproof vest and appeared to only have minor injuries, but was still taken to the hospital as a precaution. The police department says it's still investigating.
Also in Louisville today marks 3 years since Breonna Taylor was shot and killed in a botched raid at her South Louisville home in 2020. This comes as the city of Louisville is still grappling with those recent findings from the Department of Justice in a report that was released detailing extensive misbehavior within the department.
Isaiah Kim Martinez sat down with State Attorney General Daniel Cameron to discuss those findings as well as the investigation into Taylor's death.
Given what was revealed and what we now know about falsified search warrants, cover-ups, dating all the way back to Breonna Taylor's case, are there any regrets on your part for anything your office didn't do?
Well, I was proud of the work. Obviously, we had a very limited review of the case, which was what happened at the night that she died, that she was killed. And proud of the work that our office did on that case. The facts remain the same.
Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron doubling down, saying his office was not tasked with investigating the actions that led up to the raid of Breonna Taylor's home.
While they're separate, there is a pattern that brings them together, and that's the similarities when it comes to those search warrants, when it comes to cover-ups. So I want to ask you again, do you have any regrets on not expanding that investigation beyond just the bullets fired that night?
Well, from the very beginning, we've always said that the Department of Justice was going to be looking at the search warrant and how that was obtained, and we were going to be looking at the night in question.
Our River City FOP in Louisville described the report as an unfair assessment. Do you?
Look, I'm not going to comment on what the FOP has made as it relates to their statement. All I can say is what we have said in our office, which is that we appreciate and respect the work the Department of Justice has done. If there are issues, they need to be addressed, and the City of Louisville, I understand, and Mayor Greenberg are going to be working to address those issues.
All right, Isaiah Kim Martinez reporting. It's 10 minutes after 6, and Dylan's got a look at our Kentucky Lottery scratcher forecast.
That's right, and I said I'd step outside to see what it was doing out there. It was a light flurry instead of rain.
Really?
So radar picking up some rain, but it's likely some light snow out there this morning. We're going to continue this winter-like start to the week today, even into tomorrow, low 40s before some sunshine, and slightly warmer temperatures return for Wednesday.
Okay, 6:11 right now. More details on your forecast when we come right back. Also, we're talking sports. The UK Wildcats finding out who they're going to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament, as always, at Coach Cal's house here in Lexington. We're going to talk about that as we continue with Good Morning Kentucky coming up in just a minute.
The Kentucky Courage Lawyers handle your vehicle damage case for free if they also handle your injury case. They got me paid for my truck. No charge.
To talk about your case, call 800-55-WILDCAT, Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
I had experienced some severe trauma.
I had been troubled for over 25 years with treatment-resistant depression.
Through medication management, I felt like I was maintained, fully happy.
They raised the level of my depression, so it doesn't go as deep.
My sense of humor was back. I was laughing again.
The treatments here have just given me a means to live a joyful existence.
For top-of-the-line auto care, for your exotic and vintage vehicles, you need Stugart Motors. The Stugart family has been Lexington's #1 exotic car repair facility for over 45 years, and we're not stopping anytime soon. Come see Chris at Broadway or Sean at West Main for specialized and dedicated automotive experience. We believe high-quality cars deserve high-quality care. Get that care at Stugart Motors. 859-255-7424.
Question: should you use a buy and hold or active investment approach? This is Lawrence York with Proactive Advisors. The answer is active risk management, because as losses get bigger, the gain needed to recover increases at an increasing rate. If you have a $250,000 loss and you had $500,000, you lost 50%. But to get back from $250 to $500 requires 100% gain. Risk needs to be managed. Call us.
Sayre Christian Village is growing, and we want you to join our team. We have raised our wages for RN, LPN, KMA, CNA, and HA positions. We also recognize up to 25 years of experience with quarterly increases. Sayre provides great benefits, as well as a Baylor program, shift differential, on-site CNA classes, earned pay in advance, and so much more. Join the team that cares as much for their staff as they do for the people they serve at Sayre Christian Village. Apply online today.
I want a lawyer that treats me like a person, not another file in the pile. Hurt in a wreck or on the job? Call 800-55-WILDCAT.
To talk about your case, call 800-55-WILDCAT, Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon.
Welcome back. Good morning, Kentucky. Meteorologist Dylan Goday here with a live look in Mount Sterling on our Bluegrass Piecoro Sky View. Pretty calm conditions out there right now. Roads are dry at the moment, but as we see some snowflakes, a little bit of a light drizzle moving through the region, you'll likely see some damp roads for that morning commute. So here's a look at your weather headlines to kick off your work week. A winter-like Monday is on the way. We'll see off and on snow flurries, maybe a little bit of a drizzle mixing in, and you're likely seeing the warmest temperatures you'll see all day right now, because a cold front's moving through throughout your morning hours. It's going to drop our temperatures through the midday into the low to mid 30s and likely only peaking into the upper 30s by this evening or this afternoon. We are tracking drier conditions for your midweek. We'll see partly cloudy conditions tomorrow, mostly sunny on Wednesday. Temperatures rebound as well, but that's ahead of our next system that'll be working in late Thursday into Friday, bringing us some rain for that St. Patrick's Day. Max HD radar and satellite showing that around of a little bit of a wintry mix possible out there to start your morning hours. Just stepped outside not too long ago here in Lexington, and we were seeing a little bit of some light flurries. Nothing too much to worry about, but that could make road conditions damp, and we'll see off and on flurries lingering through the rest of the day as well. Max HD radar and satellite around the region showing this boundary pushing on through. We've got some colder air on the northwestern side of that. Earlier this morning, Louisville was at 40, now at 38, so that front is moving through central Kentucky, and we'll again see lower temperatures here into eastern Kentucky as that front pushes on through. So ranging from around 36 to 38, 39, just depends on where you're at. Lake Cumberland region into the upper 30s, mid 30s here shortly for central Kentucky. Though we are seeing a westerly wind making it feel colder in spots. It feels like 32 in Jackson, 31 in Richmond as that feels like temperature. Currently 38 in Lexington, but again, that's going to be dropping as that westerly wind kicks on through. So Futurecast shows the cloud cover sticking around through much of the day today. Temperatures on Futurecast showing the low 40s. I don't think we reached that today. I think the cloud cover is going to allow us to stay into the upper 30s. Now tomorrow morning, we'll see some breaks in the clouds, allowing those temperatures to drop mid 20s for a lot of areas to start your day tomorrow. Maybe a flurry or two into eastern Kentucky. Cloud cover tries to stick around through the first half of the day, but clears out by your afternoon. And then as you head into your Tuesday evening, that's where we will see temperatures fall once again. Low to mid 20s to start your Wednesday morning, but we'll see sunny skies. So that's one positive there on the way for Wednesday. Temperatures do recover into the upper 40s, low 50s. For your Monday, though, breezy and cold. A few snowflakes, 38 tonight, 25. Cold with a few more flurries. And there's a quick look at that 7-day forecast. Our go day is Thursday, 62. Notice on Friday, though, for St. Patrick's Day, we have the rain chance, also the potential for some storms. One more thing with the time change, guys. Yeah, so that means we get our weather forecast models an hour later. So typically the last, when we didn't have daylight saving time, we got that update on Futurecast during the 5 o'clock hour. Now we're getting it during the 6 o'clock hour. So if you were watching all morning, Futurecast was a little bit different from the last hour because the model data came in an hour later.
Yeah, you're waiting on that data.
So you're more accurate in the fall.
No.
He's accurate all the time.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, 6:17 this morning. Here is a look at traffic. When you head out the door this morning, this is Limestone and Maxwell in the city. Yeah, roads were dry earlier, about an hour ago, but yeah, we are having that precipitation come down that, yeah, Dylan is saying in some spots is a little bit of flurries this morning. It is cold out there. Stay safe, everybody. We'll let you know if we hear of any accidents or anything that might trip you up this morning. Stay with us. You're watching GMK. Back in a moment.
Set course for Newport Aquarium's new Hatchling Harbor and meet hundreds of colorful, curious animals. Be immersed in a bustling 25-foot-long habitat where baby fish are growing up. Save with advance tickets at newportaquarium.com.
Celebrate spring in Mount Sterling this Friday and Saturday at the Mount Sterling Merchants Spring Open House. Special sales on all new spring merchandise from dozens of friendly, locally owned businesses throughout Mount Sterling. Meet the Easter Bunny 11 to 1 at Main Street Park, and Irish dancing begins at 1 p.m. It's a spring celebration, Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4 during the Mount Sterling Merchants Spring Open House. Just minutes from Lexington, I-64 exit 110. Visit mountsterlingtourism.com.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours.
When you watch ABC 36 News, you'll see a difference.
Protecting you from severe weather without the hype.
We're your friends and neighbors, and we are on your side.
ABC 36, we're on your side.
Get your Newport Aquarium Gold or Platinum annual membership now and get 2 extra months free. Enjoy 14 months of insider access to new animals, exhibits, seasonal events, and more. Join the adventure at NewportAquarium.com.
All the stars, backstage moments, serious style,
the red carpet,
fashion, after party.
Good morning, America. You won't want to miss it.
No one, and I mean no one, does Oscar in the morning like GMA. Was that good for you guys?
Yeah.
This portion of ABC 36 News is brought to you in part by Sayre Christian Village, Hope Housing Healthcare. You're watching Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's talk about the Oscars this morning. The 95th Annual Academy Awards took center stage last night in Hollywood. The evening marked by first-time winners, a lot of good jokes by host Jimmy Kimmel, and some incredibly moving acceptance speeches.
ABC's Melissa Adden is in Hollywood with the highlights.
And the Oscar goes to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
The 95th Oscars breaking barriers. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once nominated for 11 Academy Awards and coming home with 7, including the top prize as well as Ke Huy Quan with Best Supporting Actor.
My journey started on a boat. I spent a year in a refugee camp. And somehow, I ended up here on Hollywood's biggest stage.
The historic awards show featuring 16 first-time nominees, like Best Actor winner Brendan Fraser for his powerful performance in The Whale.
So this is what the multiverse looks like. Oh, my goodness.
Jamie Lee Curtis taking home her first Oscar Gold since her career began 45 years ago, winning Best Supporting Actress.
I just won an Oscar. Lift me up.
A stunning performance by Rihanna for Oscar-nominated song Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And this surprise performance by Lady Gaga. Jimmy Kimmel not holding back any punches, addressing the crisis team the Academy created this year following last year's infamous slap.
This point in the show kind of makes you miss the slapping a little, right?
All jokes aside, the emphasis Sunday night on the achievements. Stephanie Hsu emotional watching her co-star Michelle Yeoh become the first Asian to win Best Actress.
This is proof that dreams dream big and dreams do come true. And ladies, don't let anybody tell you you are ever past your prime.
So many powerful moments really dominated by the film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once as they took on Hollywood's biggest night. Reporting in Hollywood, Melissa Adon, ABC News.
Every award, every category, sweeping all of them, more like the title of that film.
Yeah.
Congrats to them. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Sarah Cardone and I were just talking off camera how much we just love her and just so happy she's won her first Oscar. And she has said during award season and other acceptance speeches and other shows, like, I'm so lucky to have had such a long career like this. And then to finally win an Oscar, the biggest award for acting in America.
Which her mom and dad both were nominated for but never won. But
yes.
she did. It was kind of
Exactly
a cool
right.
moment. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, 6:23. Speaking of Sarah, we've got your morning sports update live coming up straight ahead.
Yeah, the Cat's going to be seeing a familiar face on the other side of the court in Friday's first-round game. She's got details coming up next as we continue with Good Morning Kentucky in a moment.
I'm Scott, and this is Tamber Woods of Dogwood Home Furnishings right here in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to thank our customers and our designers for your support over these years. We're here to announce that we're having a retirement sale, so come to Dogwood at 1591 Winchester Road and take advantage of these great discounts on American-made furniture. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Special report. Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection. Look, with Spectrum Internet, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
Wintertime can be challenging for the elderly with home maintenance, icy travel conditions, and isolation. Now is the best time to make the switch to Friendship Towers. Offering independent, assisted living and assisted memory care, maintenance-free living with beautiful amenities all on one campus, and the care available when needed. Enjoy chef-prepared meals, all-day dining, and award-winning care on a faith-based campus. Contact us today for a limited-time move-in special. Sayer Christian Village, a great place to call home.
Central Church Apartments is located in the heart of downtown Lexington. We're within easy walking distance of bus service, restaurants, the Kentucky Theater, police headquarters, and the public library. Our common areas offer a pleasant place to socialize or just spend a little time relaxing or watching TV. Central Church Apartments offers housing that's based on income and includes utilities for persons 62 years of age and older. We have a friendly staff and beautiful landscaping for you to enjoy. Call us today for more information. 859-252-3671.
I'm Scott, and this is Tamber Woods of Dogwood Home Furnishings right here in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to thank our customers and our designers for your support over these years. We're here to announce that we're having a retirement sale, so come to Dogwood at 1591 Winchester Road and take advantage of these great discounts on American-made furniture. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Explore, compare, and find your car at mancars.com.
Man, what a deal.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon.
Good morning, Kentucky. I'm Sarah Cardona. The University of Kentucky will make their record 60th appearance in the NCAA tournament on Friday. The Cats were selected as the 6th seed in the East region. Kentucky will play their first round game in Greensboro, North Carolina, and face the number 11 seed, the Providence Friars. Providence lost to Connecticut in the quarterfinals of the Big East tournament and finished their season at 21-11. The team sat at Coach Calipari's house and watched the announcement, and Coach Cal is excited to get back to the big dance.
There's excitement. You could tell. Everybody's juiced. Everybody's 0-0. All these records mean nothing now. Everybody is 0-0. You take care of what's in front of you. You stay in the moment. You enjoy this together.
And the Wildcats will face a familiar foe in Providence swingman Bryce Hopkins. The one-time Wildcat leads the Friars in scoring and has been mentioned as a Player of the Year candidate in the Big East. Hopkins averages 16 points a game and 8.5 rebounds. He's shooting 46% from the field, and he feels the shackles have been released in Providence, and he is able to play his style of basketball. He said last year at UK that he was not a robot and just didn't fit the Wildcat system. His former teammates have nothing but respect for Bryce, and once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
He transferred, that he still has that bond with us. That's our brother for life, and obviously he had a really good year. I'm a fan of him, and the things that he did at Providence, is doing at Providence, and happy for him.
And the Wildcats are not the only team from the state playing in the big dance. Northern Kentucky University, coached by former Tate's Creek star Darren Horn, earned the Horizon League's automatic bid and will play Thursday night against number 1 seed Houston. The game will tip off at 9:20 Eastern Time.
All right, always exciting to cheer for more than one Kentucky team. That's exciting. Go Northern Kentucky.
Cal must not have the heat on because Lance had to pull his hood up.
Poor thing. He always has his hood up. I think that's just part of his
is that what he's doing?
Style swagger.
Yeah, maybe it's a Jedi Knight, and I don't know it. Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, 6:28 coming up on 6:29 on this Monday. If you're a little sleepy this morning, we all completely understand. Adjust to that time change and get your work week started. Your local headlines are coming up next, along with a forecast update from Dylan.
Yeah, 6:29. You're watching Good Morning Kentucky. Back with more in just a bit.
This portion of ABC 36 News is brought to you by Commonwealth Credit Union.
Gary, when you're injured, what can you expect?
No paycheck, and the bills keep coming.
So you need money fast.
And that's what we do.
Check out their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement, under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Watch ABC 36 every Friday night for Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shucks' Bow Tie Friday Forecast. Brought to you by Stuart Mercer.
Have you noticed yourself or a loved one experiencing a decrease in positivity? Someone who yearns to be happy but just can't seem to get there on their own? It might be time to make an appointment at Bluegrass Ketamine Center. Sit back and relax as our technicians do the work. We'll have you fill out some paperwork, and then you're on your way to a better you. Ketamine offers benefits such as a more positive mood and overall improvement of a patient's quality of life. Peace is not out of reach. Rediscover your peace at Bluegrass Ketamine Center.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Free over-the-counter healthcare items, free groceries with a healthy food card, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with free transportation and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-877-281-9602. Now, that's 1-877-281-9602. WellCare, Medicare done well.
Charles, does an injured person need money to hire the Gary C. Johnson law firm?
No. When we win or settle the case, that's when we all get paid.
Check their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
We are really good at what we do.
Coming up on Good Morning Kentucky, lawmakers in Frankfort take aim at fixing the state's teacher shortage.
Plus, a handful of central Kentuckians are still without power this morning, more than a week after those deadly storms.
We are tracking a few flurries, little wintry mix out there to start your Monday. Cold conditions settle in to kick off the work week as well. Details in that full forecast.
Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon starts now.
Good Morning Kentucky, I'm Lee Cruz, 632.
Yeah, and I'm Haley Harmon. Thanks so much for joining us here on ABC 36 on your side. That is our new branding.
It's about time somebody was on my side.
It is about time. We're on Lee Cruz's side. And we're on your side, too, this morning. Thanks for joining us here on Good Morning Kentucky on ABC 36. Let's get your day started. Yeah, that time change. Not so bad on a Sunday morning, but on that first Monday after the time change, boy, you can feel it.
Yeah, the forecast ain't exactly on your side with chilly temperatures dipping down low.
That's right.
Yes. They will be dipping down low.
Dipping down low. Dylan, good morning.
How low can we go here this morning? Yeah.
Please say no lower than we already are.
Here's a live look in Richmond this morning on our Bluegrass Piecoro sky view. Don't know why there's like a green tint to the camera there in Richmond, at least. It is a little green tint there. I think it might actually have to do with the light snow that's falling out there. A little bit of a wintry mix as well, kind of creating an optical illusion thanks to the lights that you're seeing there. You also see the damp road conditions, and that's likely the case for a lot of areas into central Kentucky. Seeing this round of some moisture moving on through. Again, radar's picking up as rain. It's a little bit of a wintry mix. I just stepped outside not too long ago and saw a few flurries mixed in with this as well. And that's going to continue to push through the region. We'll see off and on snow flurries lingering through much of the day today as well. As you head throughout the day as well, temperatures will be dropping. We're actually falling into the low to mid 30s likely for your late morning and into the midday before we will see temperatures falling into the 20s tonight. We are going to be seeing a wind that will be picking up as well. So we're already down to, it feels like, of 29 in Danville. Could drop as low as the mid-20s at portions of your later morning hours. As we said, only reaching the mid to upper 30s this afternoon, falling into the mid-20s tonight before finally some sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures return for Tuesday.
Okay, Dylan, thank you very much.
All right, we begin with developing news out of Campbell County, where authorities say human remains were found yesterday on the campus of Northern Kentucky University.
Here's what we know this morning. The NKU Police Department telling us they got a call just before 12:30 yesterday afternoon from a bystander on campus who told them they were walking behind the stadium when they saw decomposed human remains in a wooded area nearby. The coroner was called to the scene. Officials then released a statement saying the situation does not pose a danger to the campus and they do not believe any foul play was involved.
Been no identifying details released yet on the body. However, Highland Heights Police, the NKU Police Department, and Campbell County Special Incident Response Team say they are still investigating. It has been more than a week since storms swept through the state, knocking out power in thousands of homes. And in Clark County, some residents still waiting for their power to be restored.
This is at an apartment complex in Winchester. Tenants say a tree fell on the power lines during the storms, knocking out electricity. Some say they've had to stay inside their apartments in the cold and darkness because they have nowhere else to go. Others have been able to find temporary shelter. But it doesn't stop there. They say now they are facing soon being homeless.
Tenants that live at the College Park apartments say they received a 14-day notice to vacate on their doors Friday. Now they're asking for help.
You're laying in a bed and you're seeing your own breath. You know, you might as well be outside laying on this concrete.
Yeah, we're tenants, but we're people. Just because we have to rent or choose to rent doesn't mean they can treat us like trash.
ABC 36 did reach out to the College Park Apartments attorney, but have not heard back at this time. Legislation in the General Assembly, which takes aim at drag shows, is now headed toward the House for consideration. Senate Bill 115 passed the Senate late last week. Opponents arguing it's one of a few bills that make up what they're calling a slate of hate against the LGBTQ+ community. But sponsors maintain the bill was created to protect children from what they call sexually explicit performances.
Again, the intent of this legislation is to restrict these types of adult performances to adults.
Several other states, including Idaho, Montana, and Oklahoma, are currently considering similar bans.
Another bill expected to be taken up by lawmakers in Frankfort this week would legalize sports gambling in Kentucky. Sponsor Michael Meredith, a GOP rep from Oakland, says House Bill 551 would legalize, regulate, and tax sports betting in Kentucky, allowing horse racing tracks and the Kentucky Speedway to be licensed as sports betting facilities, and allowing bets on licensed websites and phone apps. The bill would enact an excise tax of nearly 10% on the adjusted gross revenue of sports wagers placed at tracks and more than 14% on online wagers. After passing out of the House committee last week, the bill is expected to hit the full House later today.
637, a bill aimed at combating the Commonwealth's ongoing teacher shortage is currently awaiting committee assignment in the Senate.
Annie Brown is live in Frankfort this morning, where lawmakers are ready to pick things back up later today. Annie, good morning.
Yeah, Lee and Haley, good morning. House Bill 319 would require school districts to conduct exit surveys for teachers who want to leave the teaching profession, and for a state entity to help find other ways to attract more teachers, as well as identify any barriers to teacher certification. According to the Courier-Journal, the bill would also help launch a statewide job posting system and would allow instructional aides to cover classes in place of a certified teacher, a temporary change made during the pandemic. The Associated Press reports the bill won bipartisan support in the House and was touted as a way to attract more teachers and educators into classrooms. However, some argue the bill won't fix the problem, with Governor Beshear still pushing for the priority to be pay raises for teachers.
Look at how many teachers from a year ago left the profession before this year, and they are making predictions that that's going to increase for next year. This is a very significant concern, and I appreciate the bill going through and trying to do something, but listen, we are not going to make strides and advancements until we raise teacher pay.
Other lawmakers have also commented that while the bill was a good first step, it should feature more robust proposals to overcome the statewide teacher shortage. The bill passed the House and is now waiting for a committee assignment in the Senate. Live in Frankfort, Annie Brown, ABC 36 News, on your side.
All right, Annie, thank you. 6:39. Into Louisville we go now, where a police firearms instructor has been placed on administrative leave after accidentally shooting a recruit during a training exercise.
Thankfully, everyone's okay, but here's what's going on. The Louisville Police Department says it happened on Friday and appears to be accidental, but says it was a, quote, serious training failure and is swiftly being addressed. According to the department, the recruit was wearing a bulletproof vest and appeared to only have minor injuries, but was still taken to the hospital as a precaution. The police department says it is still investigating.
Well, today marks 3 years since Breonna Taylor was shot and killed in a botched raid on her South Louisville home back in 2020. This comes as the city is still grappling with the findings from a Department of Justice report detailing an extensive record of misbehavior within that department.
Isaiah Kim Martinez sat down with Attorney General Daniel Cameron to discuss those recent findings as well as the ongoing investigation into Taylor's death.
Given what was revealed and what we now know about falsified search warrants, cover-ups, dating all the way back to Breonna Taylor's case, are there any regrets on your part for anything your office didn't do?
Well, I was proud of the work. Obviously, we had a very limited review of the case, which was what happened at the night that she died, that she was killed. And proud of the work that our office did on that case. The facts remain the same.
Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron doubling down, saying his office was not tasked with investigating the actions that led up to the raid of Breonna Taylor's home.
While they're separate, there is a pattern that brings them together, and that's the similarities when it comes to those search warrants, when it comes to cover-ups. So I want to ask you again, do you have any regrets on not expanding that investigation beyond just the bullets fired that night?
Well, from the very beginning, we've always said that the Department of Justice was going to be looking at the search warrant and how that was obtained, and we were going to be looking at the night in question.
Our River City FOP in Louisville described the report as an unfair assessment. Do you?
Look, I'm not going to comment on what the FOP has made as it relates to their statement. All I can say is what we have said in our office, which is that we appreciate and respect the work the Department of Justice has done. If there are issues, they need to be addressed, and the city of Louisville, I understand, and Mayor Greenberg are going to be working to address those issues.
Isaiah Kim Martinez with that report for us today.
All right, Dylan's got to look at Misty's forecast. Now, what does the weather dog have for us?
That's right. Here is the weather dog with her pal, Bella Rose, who Misty actually met because Bella came to our Solid Blue drive-thru last week there on the Southland Church on Richmond Road here in Lexington.
Misty went shopping, apparently.
Yeah, so Bella has some new ABC 36 swag with her. So thank you, Bella and Diana, for coming out to the Solid Blue drive-thru. If you didn't get the chance, we should have another one coming up in the fall for football season there.
Ooh, exciting. Yeah, you can snag another Solid Blue t-shirt. Bella's got to add to her collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a little sweetie. I love it.
All right, stick around. Jeff's going to call in to talk about the Cats' seed in the NCAA tournament. But first, let's see what's happening coming up next on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from fan to accused stalker to alleged murderer. This morning, Redmond, Washington police releasing new details into the killings of a 33-year-old software developer and her husband, who police say were brutally murdered in their home on Friday by a truck driver from Texas, who then turned the gun on himself.
The victim and suspect became acquainted through a chat room for Farsi-speaking individuals who were seeking jobs in tech.
But police say that Ramin Hodokaram Rezai met Zori Zadegi under false pretenses on the popular streaming forum Clubhouse. Zadegi initially befriended the suspect, thinking he was looking for a tech job, even meeting him in person, but eventually he became fixated. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on the days before the murder. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
After a busy morning, this DQ breakfast bowl lets me take a moment all to myself. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize you, DQ breakfast bowl. Somehow you fit all my breakfast favorites all in one convenient bowl. Warm, fluffy eggs, hash browns, sausage, cheese, and grilled onions. Nestled in a hearty bowl topped with my choice of savory gravy or zesty salsa. Oh, we should all be so selfless and delicious. DQ, happy tastes good.
You're invited to come be our guest this Sunday at Southland. For service times and campus locations, head over to our website at southland.church.
Welcome back to Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon.
Good morning, Kentucky. Meteorologist Dylan Goday here with a live look in Somerset. Thank you to the Somerset Pulaski Economic Development Authority for giving us access to this camera. You can see dry conditions on the roadway there in Somerset, but we are seeing some snow flurries in other areas across central and eastern Kentucky as a winter-like Monday is on the way. A little bit of a wintry mix, some snowflakes off and on throughout the day. That's what's in store to kick off your work week. Temperatures will drop into the low to mid 30s through the rest of your morning and only reach the upper 30s by this afternoon. Good news is we've got drier and slightly warmer weather on the way for the middle of the week. Wednesday into Thursday will actually reach around 50 on Wednesday and reaching the low 60s for a lot of areas by the time Thursday rolls around, but that's ahead of our next system that will be moving in Friday, and that's going to bring us some rain showers, maybe even some storms, and then eventually some colder air once again as you head into your weekend. Max HE radar and satellite showing that precipitation moving through the heart of our viewing area right now. Just saw a lot of that moving through Lexington, drop visibility a little bit, added to the wet roads as well. So dry roads right now in Somerset, but that light moisture is just to your north and your west, and that'll be pushing through, and that's all along this secondary boundary that's moving through. We saw the system move through yesterday, brought us some rain showers, but the backside of the system, another secondary cold front's moving on through, and that's bringing us some colder temperatures and also the chance of some flurries as we're getting that northwesterly flow, picking up some moisture from the Great Lakes, and that's leading to the snow shower chance today. Look at the colder temperatures just to our west. Evansville sitting at 33, Indianapolis at 29. That colder air will filter into our neck of the woods by later portions of your morning hours as well. Temperatures are about as warm as they'll be all day, mid to upper 30s. We're getting a westerly wind that's starting to pick up as well. Feels like 31 now in Lexington. 32 is that feels like temperature in Richmond and Jackson. Same for the London-Corbin area as well. Futurecast, radar, and satellite keeps that cloud cover around through much of your midday. I don't think we reach near 40 in a lot of areas. I think 38, 37s around as warm as we'll get here in Lexington. Now, southeast Kentucky will likely reach the low to mid 40s today. We clear out a bit tonight with a few more flurries, but the clear skies allowing for those temperatures to drop mid 20s in store for your Tuesday morning. So it's going to be cold. And then by your Tuesday afternoon, we warm up slightly, low 40s for a lot of areas. Wednesday morning is going to be our coldest morning all week long, low to mid 20s thanks to the clear skies, but we warm up near 50 by your Wednesday afternoon hours. So for your Monday, breezy and cold with a few snowflakes, 38, feeling much colder than that once you factor in that westerly, northwesterly breeze. Tonight, 25, cold with a few more flurries. And here's a quick look at that 7-day forecast. We will be drier for the middle of the week for sure. Our go day on Thursday, cloud cover, but the temperatures will be nice, 62. And then by the time Friday rolls around, we got rain in store, maybe some storms for that St. Patrick's Day as well.
Okay.
I love how the little leprechaun, like Haley mentioned earlier, dancing around on one of our worst weather days all week.
I'm like, how dare you find joy in something other than weather?
Well, leprechauns legendarily are not very friendly people.
Yeah, if you look at the history of it.
Well, you would be too if everybody's after your pot of gold all day.
Isn't that right? You're having to defend your loot.
I wish my dad happy birthday on Friday, but he's actually born on St. Patrick's Day with a middle name of Patrick. So I guess he, leprechaun himself.
Okay. He dances just like that graphic. It's so cute. All right, 6:48, everybody. Here's a live look at traffic conditions as you were heading out the door this morning. This is New Circle Road and Winchester Road. As Dylan is tracking, it is cold out there, and we do have precipitation coming down, so please stay safe and slow down as traffic builds up this morning as we get into that traditional morning commute hour. Stay safe. We'll let you know if we hear of any backups. We'll be right back.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
It's Keno night, and you got this.
And you've got 37 ways to win a top prize of $100,000. Keno, from the Kentucky Lottery, you got this.
Imagine walking into your beautiful new Champion sunroom. Create the oasis you've always wanted. Your favorite room in the house. All year round. To share with friends and family. Now's the best time to start. With 30% off all sunrooms and interest rates as low as 7.99%. Call to schedule your free in-home estimate or go to championsunrooms.com to see more.
At the University of Louisville, we don't just live in the city lives within us. We are the flag bearers of a more worthy tomorrow, driven to unite and build and imagine and inspire. Many determined faces, one red heart. Cardinals are leading the charge to help a better world take flight here and beyond.
I've seen commercials for that monster-sized law firm. But me, I want a lawyer that treats me like a person, not another file in the pile. Hurt in a wreck or on the job? Call 800-55-WILDCAT for the Kentucky Courage Lawyers.
We understand your case is the only case that matters to you. We get to know your case, and we get to know you.
To talk about your case, call 800-55-WILDCAT. Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
You're watching Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon.
Welcome back, and it's time for Monday Morning Quarterback. It's our weekly chat with ABC 36 Sports Director Jeff Piecoro. Good morning there, Jeffrey. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, Lee.
Well, you know, our fans in Nashville not so excited about, booking hotel rooms and then having to leave early, or at least, be there in Nashville for other reasons than what was intended. But here's the thing, Jeffrey. Let's talk about this, and Coach Cal pointed it out as well. Whenever this team stumbles like they did against Vanderbilt for whatever reasons, and we'll let you explain that, they have a tendency to bounce back pretty strong.
They have. That's the one thing. This team's been very resilient all year long. And, maybe according to him, it's a good thing, and maybe you need a loss to spring forward. We shall see. I think that at least yesterday, talking to the players, they were very excited about where they're going and who they're playing.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But that loss at Vanderbilt, again, sort of inexplicable. We missed free throws. We did things that, teams can't do to win tight games. But again, when you look at them on paper, that Vanderbilt game should have been what we thought would have happened the last time they met in Nashville.
For whatever the reason is, this team, Vanderbilt, has got Kentucky's number. This is the second time they've lost it. That's still on senior night, too.
Yeah.
This is a team that had a lot to play for, being Vanderbilt. They still didn't get into the tournament, even though they beat Kentucky. Kentucky had 4 players that didn't practice until the day before the game. Coach said he wasn't going to play them. He decided to play them. I don't take a whole lot out of it. Cal is not a huge fan of the SEC tournament anyway. I just think that it's a loss and you move on from it.
Any insider information, because you mentioned that the players didn't play. We know of the injuries with Frederick and Wallace, but then he mentioned Jacob Tapa didn't play, and when I saw Jacob being asked about it, he goes, "There's nothing wrong with me." So I don't know what that was about, but that was sort of weird because Cal, sort of intimated, well, it was injury.
Yeah, well, he said, Jacob said, look, an injury, I'm going to play through it. I am not going to let that be an excuse. He had a hamstring. You saw him a couple of times walking a little funny out there on the court, but he played a whale of the game. I don't think he was the reason they lost. it's just one of those games you chalk it up and say, let's go, let's move on about it. Now it's one and done. Now you play, and every game is your last game. So it's a totally different atmosphere, it's a totally different reason for playing now.
Okay, so they take on the Providence Friars. Bryce Hopkins, who played for Kentucky, is on that team. He's going to be motivated to do well, we'd imagine. But again, the good news is, unlike Vanderbilt, Providence doesn't know Kentucky that well. I'm sure they've scouted them. But heck, looking at a scouting report, you still don't know who's going to show up for the Wildcats, so I don't know what that tells you.
No, you're exactly right. But, this is a Big East team. They're going to be very physical. Bryce Hopkins is a fantastic player for them. He said he was like a robot playing for Kentucky, and the shackles are off now, and he can just play, averages 16 points a game. This is a team that's 21-11. I think, again, if you're asking me who's going to win, I think Kentucky wins this game. They're just simply, but you know what happened last year against St. Peter's. Kentucky is just more athletic. They've got better players. Bryce Hopkins, very good player, but he's just one guy. And I think Kentucky can handle them, especially in the inside. I think Oscar and Toppin are the ones that lead the Cats, and they're getting that extra day, so they're not going to play till Friday. And I think Kentucky will be healed up. If Xavier will probably play, Kaysen will be much, much better, and Frederick will be much better.
The enigma wrapped in a riddle is this. The line on Kentucky, if you hit them in the mouth, if you're physical with them, you can beat them.
Yep.
But that wasn't true at Arkansas. Arkansas did that, and Kentucky rose to that challenge. I just can't figure these guys out to save my life, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I will tell you this. I think that they are learning how to play in those types of games. We saw another flagrant foul on Chibwe. They're trying to get under his skin inside. But no, you're right. They took a punch at Arkansas, and they punched back, and they won. But now it's the NCAA tournament. It seems to be in those games a little bit tougher, a little bit rougher type of games, and they're called a little looser. So they're going to give you a little more leeway in these games.
All right, well, we'll see what happens on Friday. Jeffrey, thanks for the conversation. We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, Lee.